Look at him. He's gutted. Yeah, I might be living in a tin can, but it's better than you watching me. Anyway, hey everybody, welcome back to Farming Simulator 25, and welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all doing really well. Yeah, we are in October, and it's done, finally. Took its bloody time, but we got there in the end. It's actually pretty cool, to be honest, and yeah, it does take a lot of resources to build these kind of houses, but if you're doing like a start from scratch, if I was playing like a survival series right now, yeah, this would be perfect. I probably wouldn't go for this. I just wanted to try this out because it is like a silo that's being converted into a house. I'd probably go for like one of the log cabins or something in with that, but I liked it, and yeah, it was interesting to do. I mean, I bought a lot of the stuff that was the the more unique resources, so the wall prefabs and the furniture at the end. I actually went and bought and then just put in, but the rest of it I was producing myself. I've sold the production side of it, the mini sawmills that I had, because I don't want to be doing this, and it's just not productive. I'd have to buy a proper sawmill if I was going to do it, but there's no money in it anyway. Really, it's not like you're gonna build these and sell them off. I mean, that'd be really interesting if there was like a real estate mod where you could build houses and then sell them off. I mean, it would be actually pretty cool, but no, I've sold it because I'm not doing logging in that sense. And I'm quite happy with the productions that I've got going. But the house itself is actually pretty decent. Let's have a little bit of a tour around it if you've not seen it. But yeah, it's just a silo. It's a silo, and it's a unique layout. It's just a circular house. But I wouldn't mind it. I think this is a proper bloke's house, Just simplistic. Doesn't need too much going on. And, yeah, does the job. Tried to decorate around it as well. Put a few items in. And grass as well, because, well, it looked a bit naff before, because the original layout is that it's kind of like construction site with the fencing and everything. As soon as it's done and finished, that disappears, and then what's left isn't the prettiest around the house. So I thought I'd just try and decorate it somewhat. My only fault that I've got with it is the lights and the fact that I feel like in game I'm always taller than I should be. Like, I'm way taller. And there was a mod for FS22 which made the player size a lot more realistic. Because watch, you hit the lights and then you can't move, so you have to go round them. And yeah, it's a strange one. It is. But yeah, it's nice to have a house that I can enter. Strange that the map's got a house on it that just got Grandad sitting outside, and then you can't really go inside it. But yeah, I'm glad to now have a home I can call my own that I can enter. Yeah. Anyway, I've put my truck here and I've got my tractor there. And let's get to it. I've cleaned it off as well, the fence. It really needed that because I've been using AI workers to do a few jobs for me. Mainly the field in front. That must be close now, thinking about it. Let's just have a quick look at that. I'm sure it was about 90-something%. Yeah, 96%. So we're very close to this now being fermented, and we can go off and sell it. But we're focusing on the sunflowers in this episode today. We're going to get that done. Have a bit more of a normal episode. I've got my holy drink next to me, ready to go. We're just going to do a bit of farming, enjoy the game. We'll talk about the update because 1.4 updates come out. I'm a little bit disappointed with it. There's some good things to it, don't get me wrong, but there's some obvious things that I'm just waiting for Giants to fix, and there was no mention of it, which is a little bit disappointing for me as a PC player. But console players, it looks like they're focusing on that. There should be another update. There was kind of like an additional comment at the bottom just aimed at console players, which is good. And the stability-wise, yeah, they've focused on that a lot. I think the top thing is the actually state is a major improvements to stability in the game, which is obviously needed and good. I'm happy with that, and it is running smooth. I've not seen too many issues, really. All the flashing and everything we got originally is gone for me, and I'm quite happy with how it's looking. Visually, it's not bad at all. But things like dynamic pastures, I think the only thing I've seen about dynamic pastures in this update is it says something to do with the weeds. So that weeds aren't being removed when you place one down. But look at this. Like, my cows not long ago had no feed and had to put some hay bales in, but they've got loads of grass to graze. They're just not grazing it. It needs to be fixed, Giants. It's a thing that you've advertised before the game came out as something that was, worth FS25, a new feature for it. You did a whole blog on it and everything, and then it doesn't even work for cows. And you've done 2 updates and not focused on this. I just don't get it. I don't get it. And yeah, sometimes you can't, sometimes you've got to just say, as much as I love the game, love what Giants do, that to me should be a priority after stability and all that stuff, game stability. But yeah, they're focusing on, it seems like in this patch, they focused a lot on the AI worker and some of the issues that were there. And I thought the AI worker was working pretty well. So it's a strange one. Whereas that, the grazing is, it's just pointless. And I could go on for ages. I've got a few gripes. I don't know if you can tell. I think I'm just going to say it, what I'm feeling. I feel like they're taking a risk, Giants have. With 22, we had a lot of new features, didn't we, to the game when it first came out. And it really did kind of keep everyone entertained. But I feel like FS25, it's dropping off. With mainly players, not with views or anything like that. I'm not focused on views or anything. I'm on about, I've noticed a lot of players are going back to 22. Not just because, mods and maps and things like that. That's inevitable. People, I expect some players will be waiting for maps and mods before they even go out and purchase 25. And that's perfectly normal, fully expected. But what I don't expect is players to go to 25 from the start and then move back to 22. And the reasons that I'm seeing are actually pretty valid reasons. And it does have to be said that Giants have taken a risk. They've taken a risk, in my opinion, by not putting any new gameplay features in. I think the only gameplay features that I can think of that are new to the base game really are like swathing and, like the construction buildings, like that house and stuff like that. There's no additional changes to animals except the animations of animals, but that's not an actual gameplay feature. That's something visual. So it's not going to keep you entertained for hours. It's just something nice to look at. Same goes for all the arable side. There's nothing new on that account. It's all the same. So you've got to think, if we've been playing FS22 since November 2021, and then, FS25 comes out in November 2024, and then another game's not going to come out potentially for another 3 years. We're talking, 2027? Yeah, so November 2027, with no gameplay changes whatsoever. And to me, that's a risk. It really is a risk. If Giants think that all the players are just going to still be playing Farming Simulator and putting thousands of hours into the game, but you don't give any new gameplay features from November 2021 to November 2027, I think that's very naive from Giants, and they need to probably address that issue. That is my opinion. Yeah, we can't be expected to play a game for 6 years and no gameplay changes happen and just rely on modders. So, for me, who wants a better animal system and stuff like that, and more in-depth details to the arable side, like precision farming adds, but there's no precision farming, and yes, it might come, but there's no confirmation of that. Maize Plus, Terra Life are the only things that are making me think there is hope that we're going to see new things that are going to freshen it up. And yeah, don't get me wrong, I love Farming Simulator 25, I really do. I think it's visually much better, and I like what they've done. I just think they should have added in some extra gameplay features. Some of that should have been a focus. It's not like I'm criticising Giants and saying, the game's shocking. It's not. I really enjoy playing it. And when I go back to 22, I see the positives, but I also see the negatives. I think to myself, it's a risk. It's a real big risk to not put any new gameplay features into. So who knows? Who knows what happened? But anyway, let's focus on this now. I've had my moan. I've got it off my chest. I said what I got to say, but let's get these sunflowers harvested. We're going to be doing some sunflower oil, which should be pretty good. Like, you think at 22 as well. I know I'm going back to it. Just said let's move on, but I think at 22, all the production side was brand new. It was brand new to the game, and that was not just, that was something that was good because it was a gameplay feature, and it kept a lot of people entertained. People were happy. But then you also think as well that what they changed to the arable side, there was small things in like the rolling, like the mulching, like the fact that had a difference and made a difference to the yield. And there was more to it when it came to yield and how to get like 100%. And whereas FS19 before that didn't have as much detail. So there was positives there. And I think animals has been neglected from pretty much like 19 all the way up to now 25. So that's like 2 versions of the game we've not really seen much much difference. We didn't see it with 22. We haven't seen it with 25. So, yeah, I look back at 22 and think, you know what? It actually was a decent jump. And 25 is visually a very good jump. But gameplay-wise, there's nothing new. There's nothing new. Swathing was a mod we found on Mod Hub for 22 anyway. And, yeah. Yeah, I mean, what else is there? The constructible buildings, they're nice, but it's Farming Simulator. It's not gonna. We're not gonna be kept busy doing that. So, yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame, and I think they've taken a risk. So I'm hoping I'm hoping that modders obviously sort some stuff out for us players, and also at the same time, I hope modders, can. I'm also very hopeful for things like Terra Life and even Maze Plus, and hopefully, we'll get precision farming, and it'll be an upgrade as well on itself, hopefully. Right, anyway, I promise you, that's it. I've had a good moan there. I've said my worries and my concerns for the game going forward. But yeah, let's focus on the job in hand. We've got a load of sunflowers to do, and we're aiming to take them straight to the oil mill, and we're going to turn all of it into sunflower oil. Now, I might just go and do... Yeah, I am. I'm going to carry on and do the headland on this field as well. Now, we'll have a look at the bread as well, because I've been processing through the flour, the oat flour. An original price, I did make a note of it somewhere, so I think it's about £33,000. I want to know how much it's increased by, because, we've turned it technically into bread. We've technically turned all that oats into bread. And as soon as I get on a bit of a straight here, I will... I'll bring up the menu so you can see. The yield's not too bad. It should be 100% yield on both of it. Now, that's one of the things I miss with precision farming. It used to tell you on the minimap, like you'd see the actual yield coming up. So it'd, show you colour-coded basically. It'd be really green for something that was a really good yield, but then red or orange or whatever if it's not hit the maximum. This is a perfect spot now to bring up the productions, which is there. There we go. So bread, I've only got 6,000 litres of flour left, so we're getting through it. We're not far off, and best time to sell was December, so we should be spot on for selling all the bread at the best time. So I really can show you how much I've maximised on the original value of the oats. We do want to do the oil, so yeah, so that might be different. We might get a problem there, because if it is the best time to sell all the oil in, let's say, December, it's going to take a while. But at least we haven't got a second stage, have we? We haven't got to turn the sunflower oil into something else. We're just going to sell it as it is. So that might make it a little bit more achievable. I mean, we got 2 months. 2 months to process through all the sunflowers that we get. Now, don't know how much we're going to get, but it all depends on the cycles of the oil mill, which I haven't had a good look at yet. So, fingers crossed. I think we'll just focus on this field now, instead of going back to the first one. I know I moved over from that first headland. I've actually sold a lot of stuff as well. The money's jumped up because I'm kind of like just getting rid of all the stuff I was leasing out. I mean, showing the mods, I was leasing out equipment just to show mods and stuff. That's why this series has been a bit of a strange one for money and, the normal kind of Let's Play. So I thought in this episode, I just want to play the game. Kind of my traditional Let's Play focus, which is just do the farming side of things. I love showcasing mods though, and I'm excited to see like all the future mods, and especially with the equipment mods. I think, the tractors and anything like that are going to be looking really good because of how much it's improved visually, and yeah, it does make a difference. Getting full though, we're not doing too bad. I mean, one headland technically on both of them fields, and we are at 7,500 litres. So, right, let's have a quick look then at the oil mill. So we'll have a look at canola. So that's canola's 20 to 10, 25 to 10. Rice is 25 to 10. Rice oil, this is just normal rice, is 12 to 10, so that's not bad. And it's 20 to 10 on sunflowers. That's not actually that bad, is it? Pretty good. Right, let's get our guidance steering on. I think we'll go to 2. We'll go to 2. Makes sense, because it'll keep us, and we can actually have a look. So you've got, so yeah, let's go back to this. We've got 480 cycles a month, and we're going to halve it basically. So whatever we put in, we're going to get half back. So that's not bad. 480, I think that's probably, except the olives. The olives, yeah, the olives are less. So we're pretty much going to do the best we can with it. Potentially we could get through it all, just depends. I mean, that is not many cycles, is it, a month? That means I'm only going to get like, yeah, about 1,000. It's like literally 960 cycles in the 2 months that I need. If it is December, we should probably check that. Let's check sunflowers just to see. So sunflowers best time is, it looks like March. So we got a bit of extra time there. But is that going to be the same for sunflower oil? That is the question. So sunflower oil, again, March or February. So we've got a little bit of extra time, so we should be good. I'm glad about that then. They have thought about that, you can tell. They've thought, if we're harvesting in October, we've got to give them enough time. They don't want them to hold on to it for a long period, do we? I'm using the mod on model, which gives more straw, yeah, more crops that you can do straw from. But I just thought I've got plenty of straw, and I've just sold all the straw that I did from the oats. That's another problem that needs sorting out within a patch or some kind of fix in an update. The fact the manure points, the manure, the middens basically that we're putting down are, they work, and then for some reason I keep finding that with cows, I don't know if it's the same. I imagine it is with like pigs, for example, or something. But yeah, with cows, it's a bit of a problem at the moment. It just cuts out. there we go. Not too bad. I think I've got a good yield. It's about 29,000 litres. Got 5,000 litres left in the harvester. But we are going to go and get the ball rolling with this production. We're going to take it up to the oil mill. I've had a look, and it's not that much of a drive. Well, it's a trek, but it's not, you know, not a bad drive. It's just pretty much one of the straight roads on Riverbend. There is a couple of really straight roads that just make it easy to travel. But yeah, we just got to turn right out here, go past all the main bits and bobs in the kind of centre town, and then yeah, straight road all the way down to the oil mill. We'll come back, get the other 5,000 litres, get that processing, and yeah, hopefully. Ooh, thank you very much. I don't know if he was waiting, but I went anyway. Probably shouldn't do that with a school bus, to be honest. It's not the best thing to do in America. Anyway, yeah, so we'll get this sorted, get it rolling, and we'll have a look then at how the bread's getting on. Might bring it back, because I've got the trailer anti that I can use the auto load on, and we can just bring all the pallets back. Then I might have a few things we need to sell. Got a lot of wool, so we could go and sell that. But yeah, this is the road. It's just a straight road through town, and then it should lead us right to where we need to go. And luckily, we're in the Fent, which does about 39 miles an hour if we're lucky. Hopefully going to be releasing soon on Mod Hub. A couple of fast tracks, something we're missing in the game. Definitely something we need. Also one of the loadals as well, the JCB loadals. I think the only JCB item we have in the game is, yeah, it's just the wheel loader. So having a JCB loader or some fast tracks is going to be pretty good, because I think they go about 39. So this is, yeah, this is about the same as a fast track. Can't complain at that. But yeah, it should be just down here now on the left. So a bit of a trek, but not too far. It's also nice to see some of the map. We don't really get out and about, do we, on this series? We've had a mini-series where we've pretty much stayed in the centre or on the farm. Not really done much else. Crossroads, no one's stopping. I'm not stopping. Right, there we go. Edge of the map as well. So it is pretty much right on the edge, on the outskirts. But here we go. 24,000 litres. This will, you know, dump in, and then we can just get everything going, can't we? But there we go. Let's first, in fact, what we should do from here, just to make it a little bit easier for it, not so much of a challenge, but let's get the worker on, because it does actually work really well. And if we can get it to enter the field, I'd love to see if it actually goes down here. I know it's got the harvester. Maybe we should just put it in front of the harvester, actually. But if we click on the vehicle, set destination, and then go to here, and just put it about there. It says it's driving to target, so, yep, happy days on that one. Nice. So that can be moving whilst we sort this out. Don't know where the trigger is. Oh, it's there. So this is where the pallets should spawn out. But let's get it going. So we want to make sunflower oil. We want to make sure it's storing, which it is. And yeah, 480. But yeah, 480 cycles, so it's not going to be the fastest thing in the world, but we have got time. Got a bit of milk processing through here. Slowed down on the milk production. That is my fault. Ran out of feed and didn't see, and slept to the next day, so it stopped all production of me, of the cows, basically. But I've got some in still. We're flying out stuff. I did decide to turn off the cheese, though, so what I'm going to do with that is change that to selling, because we've got a little bit left, and then we'll keep doing the bottled milk. But the bakery, that's the one. We should probably get up to that, because we're going to have, I imagine, quite a lot. But look at this. I've also got a lot of this stuff. And there's a good mix here as well of what to sell. I've got some saplings, and I've got a lot of, well, planks, cement bricks, roof plates, cement bags, and yeah, saplings. So let's see what we can. Let's see what the best place to take this. There might be somewhere that just, you know, is going to take everything. So that's the Grain Elevator Museum. I mean, that's not a bad place, is it? Because it does pay for more. We've got Goldcrest Valley on the saplings, but if we go to the Grain Elevator, hopefully it's going to take all the items we want. I mean, it is there, Grain Elevator Museum. So yeah, let's go to that. Right, so it's right down by where we've pretty much just been. It's just a little bit up from that, so whoa, that is not the best thing. It's crazy. It is crazy. And then the thing is, it will stay like that as well. I can drive now on 2 wheels this whole trip. I shouldn't laugh really because it's ridiculous, but I've got to. I mean, it's quite an achievement really to do this on 2 wheels. I'm just committing to it now. This is what's happening. So, but at least when we sell them, it won't be doing this. So. Yeah, that is rude. Rude. Oh, thank God for that. I thought, do you know what? I just drove over here and I thought they look like, yeah, from a distance, they looked like cement blocks. And I was thinking, something gone on here? But luckily, we have got bread. And we've actually got quite a lot. So let's start doing a bit of auto loading here. It's going to be a little bit tricky. Hopefully we can still do some. I mean, that's something I need to do. I need to sort out the box on this. I mean, it's really good for bales, but then when you've got it set up for like this now with pallets, I'd rather it be too high or just even singular. Because, yeah, that's when it's more likely to tip. And I know there's definitely a physics... yeah, there's definitely a physics issue on this trailer. I think it is. I don't know if it's just a Giants thing with, you know, with IBC's pallets and stuff like that, but I don't think so. I think it's the fact that it's probably stacking too high. If I had them all like single, then I don't think it would be causing that kind of issue. But you see what I mean? It always wants to tip to the left, like permanently. And I know I've got 2 more there, haven't I, on that side, but actually it will drive with like 2 wheels on. There's definitely something that is a bit of a tweak, but yeah, we could make it easier, put it that way, by stacking it better. So I think it's a bit of both. I think it's a bit of me not stacking it properly, and also there's something going on where it wants to tip more to the left-hand side. Because it'll stay now. There you go. There you go. Is it a 2-wheel trailer? There we go. Right. Yes. There we go. Fine. Right. Honestly, it's been a strange episode. This has a really strange one. Again, that's like 2 in a row now where I've had strange episodes. But I mean, really, what we should be doing is just manually stacking these, get it right and all that. But let's do it properly. Let's make it just 1 high, and then we can't complain, can we? Right, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then what's in. So yeah, so we're actually not going to make that much extra, are we? Which is surprising because we've turned it from flour. We turned it into flour and then back to bread, but we're only making, what, 41,000 if we sell it at the max price. Whereas if we did it with flour, we might have made more money. So really, bread might not even be worth it. You may as well just do flour. Because at this rate, turning, £33,000 worth of oats into around 40 odd, for all that extra work, the cost of running it, the cost of buying the actual, the cost of buying the production as well, it just doesn't give you enough back, does it, to justify it at the moment. But flour might have been something that was worth it, because if you go to oat flour, you get the exact same. So we would have got, like, let's say 29,000 litres of oat flour. And let's have a look. Potential best prices of flour. So let's go here. So let's say let's say it is 1458. Let's just do the math on this. Because I actually do think that it might have been better to just stick with flour. So I'm going to do some math now. 1458 times by, let's say, just 29, because it was 29.020. I mean, I could try and be as exact, but it doesn't really matter. So that's 42,300. So that's gone up from 33,808 to 42,300. So let's just make a note of that. I'll write this down quickly, and we can actually work out this very quickly before we go and sell it all anyway when it's processed, which won't be in this episode. It'll probably be in the next one. Original was £33,808. That's the value oats we had. If we just sold it as flour, it would have been £42,311. So definitely an increase there. For only one production, not too bad. But then we've gone and turned it into bread. Now it halves again. So if we had 29,000, if we divide that by 2, that's 14.5. And then if we work out the best price we could potentially get for bread, just buy from this menu, probably the best thing to do, which is 3,499. So if we go 3,499 times by 14.5, it's saying we're going to get 50,703. So that is actually a bit of a jump. So yeah, that's actually pretty good, isn't it? So ignore what I was originally saying. I was faffing. But yeah, we've gone from 33,808 to 42 when we made flour, and then 50,000 making bread. So we have increased the value. And if you were doing it on a bigger scale, like a massive field, and turning out, a load of flour, and the same then going to bread, you would make a good, there would be a decent jump there. But we need to let it kind of finish off. We've got plenty of it to go through. So yeah, not too bad at all. We're going to have a load of sunflower oil. We're going to have a load of bread. We'll get that sold. And we'll get the salad sold as well. Interesting to see how much money the salad is going to make just by selling it for profit. Because I know it has gone down in 25 compared to 22. We definitely had more return on silage. I think it was about... Yeah, in the biogas plant alone, I think FS 19 days when I did it more when you used the biogas plant. And sometimes it was like for like manure and manure and silage or chaff, taking that, we get about 300 on normal difficulty. If I remember, it's probably about right. Someone will correct me someone can correct me there in the comment section. Like on 22, did it go down or was it around the same? Was it like 300 odd pound? Because I'm not entirely sure now because I didn't do it much in 22. So yeah, best time to sell here is 219. Now I am pretty certain it was higher. Yeah, it was definitely higher, wasn't it, in 22? And I know it was definitely higher than that in 19, FS 19. But look, you got Animal Dealer here. That's 224, so that's actually higher than what we're seeing here. We are in the best time to sell as well, so it would be good to go and get this sold actually. So I might do that at the start of the next episode. Get this silage sold. We'll leave it there. It's been a random one again. Didn't mean it to be. I wanted it to be straightforward where I was doing the harvest, go and sell a few things, picking up a few things, and just trying to finish off a few bits and bobs. But it ended up being a pretty hectic one again. But I've got loads of wool to sell. And this trailer is working really well. It is with wool, and it doesn't tip over too much. You would expect it to because, it's quite stacked. But we can fit one more on there, and... which is there anyway, and we can go sell that. If we just have a quick last look, just to find the time to sell that. Ooh, it's April next year, so we could do that last thing, maybe just put it onto the other trailer, and try not to do wheelies. I'm trying to map what to do, because I know I've got the bread to sell in December, but then we've got more time to get the sunflower oil in, like March, April time, and then we're pretty much on to selling this out. We've got silage to sell before that, but that's pretty much it. We've done most of the stuff. I mean, like I said, I'm waiting now to move over to Calmsden. If any other map comes out before that, I might give it a go. But I'm ready to move on from Riverbend Springs now. It's only been a mini-series. I've done 10 episodes, which is probably my intention originally. But yeah, I want to try something now. I want to get into the game. I want to get it. I want to properly get into FS25 now. Hopefully we'll have some more updates coming. Maybe it'll probably be January now after the holidays. But yeah, I'm ready to get into FS25 fully, and I think that can only happen for me personally by playing a modded map. Yeah, I don't mind where it is. Could start a survival series, something, but I want to get properly into it and start playing the game properly and start a good sessioning on maybe a 30-40 episode series, even if it's comms and whatever. But I'm ready to try something else now. As much as Riverbend Springs has been good to showcase the game, that it's just, for me, the base game maps never compare to what the modded maps do. But again, it's all down to preference. But anyway, I'll leave it there. I've had a good moan in this episode, got a few things off my chest, and it's always good to do that. But just to set the record straight, I do love this game, and I will be playing it. But it is good to moan every now and again. I'm sure we all do it. I think the main thing is, for me, I just want too much. I think that's the problem. The animals especially. You know, some new gameplay features would be nice. And I think it's going to be a challenge for Giants to keep everyone entertained and let everyone patiently wait for the next game to then maybe have some new features in. So hopefully we'll get some DLCs and stuff like that. It's not just equipment, it adds new things in along the way. I think it's important for Giants to do that. But yeah, the modders will do it. You know, that's what's going to make the game. It always does. We'll have some cracking maps. We'll have new mods that change the game completely. You know, Terra Life especially, Maze Plus, them kind of things. I mean, Terra Life itself will put precision farming in, even if precision farming doesn't come, because, yeah, it relies on it. So if Terra Life comes to FS25, it might take a lot of time. But when it does, it'll have precision farming in. It might even have seasons in of old. Things like grass rotting and stuff like that, if you know, fingers crossed. But so I'm very hopeful, and I think that, yeah, the modders are going to make the game for us. But anyway, I could carry on talking for hours about it. I could literally sit in a pub with everyone right now, could have a pint with you, and we could just have a good old natter about FS and what needs to happen and things like that. We could do it for hours. Maybe it's something we should do at some point. Just get, like, I'll say a pub and you can come and meet me there. Well, I'll give you like 2 weeks notice, so, you know, if you need some chance to convince your missus, you got to go to the pub with Scroft. You never know. But anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you have, give it a thumbs up for me, because that does help me out in the YouTube algorithm. And yeah, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button for more videos just like this one on Farming Simulator. See you, everybody.